Hey guys, Springfield Spider-Man here. My friend Diaz has asked me a question, which is, what does the spider community mean to you? And to me, it means a lot of things. First of all, for most of my life, I haven't felt like I had that many people that were very similar to me. And so in the last year and a half, and really finding this community has really helped me just feel more inspired to do what I do. Additionally, this community is amazing. I think a big part of that is just the positivity. Yeah, occasionally there's some stuff that happens, but the overwhelming majority of people I've met in this community have been amazing. Absolutely positive, super willing to help, just willing to reach out a hand and just be there for questions or tips or anything. Everyone's been super, super kind and welcoming. And additionally, I've seen a lot of accountability, and I've seen the community hold people accountable, and I've seen individuals in that community hold each other accountable. And I think that's really important. It can be hard to hold people you care about accountable and people who are your friends. It's hard to do that, but I think it's a really important thing to do because that's how you grow. You can't grow unless you have people holding you accountable for your mistakes and holding you accountable for any wrongdoings you may do. And I think that's a really important thing to have in a community, and I'm glad to have seen that in this community. And I'm just glad that we have a positive community overall. I've seen so many people sharing ideas and helping each other out, and that goes for me as well. I've seen so many things that I've never even considered before, and it's helped me with creating my suits and creating my own projects and working on community stuff. It's been amazing to be able to be a part of this community and just grow with everybody and see all the growth that is happening, not just as Spider-Men or Spider-Women or Spider-People, but as human beings as well, and just seeing everybody learn. And it's really just an amazing thing to see, and I'm very thankful to be a part of that community. I love you guys, all of you.
Hello. So what does the Spider-Man community mean to me? I've thought long and hard about this, and for me, it's about being able to express yourself. Because when I first joined this community, this amazing community, I was not confident in myself. I did not really believe in myself. That since joining it, I have been more outgoing, more confident in myself, and if I didn't join this community, I think I would still be a little bit of like in my shell, like both personally and creatively. So it's been good to be able to actually speak to people who are and have brought out this a more confident side of me. So yeah.
What is the spider community to me? To me, it's really just a group of people who like are just as weird as I am. Like, because you got your friends in real life, and they're cool. They're amazing, but they're like, I can't really talk to them about Spider-Man suit designs and how important the web pattern is and suit continuity. But with the spider people, like they're always on the same page as me. Even when they're disagreeing, they're making points that I would make if I was thinking like them. It's a refresher from like the everyday person to have someone who's just like you in the way that they're obsessed with a fictional character, which sounds so weird saying it out loud, but it's important to me. Like, Spider-Man is more than just a character that I put a suit on and pretend to be every now and then. Spider-Man is a philosophy. Like, with great power comes great responsibility is so important, and I wish that more people saw that. Like, having the ability to help someone means that it is your responsibility to do that. And I feel like that's a really common moral in the Spider-Man community. So it's really nice to have people that are of my morals, of my ideals.
Hey everyone, this is CPass299 here, and I was given the question to ask of what Spider-Man means to me. And considering he's kind of my whole thing, believe it or not, he actually was not my first favorite superhero. That was ironically Superman. For the longest time, or at least when I was first growing up, Superman was my favorite. He was the first superhero. I mean, what's not to like about him? But I think as I grew up and as I started to mature more and kind of become the person I was, or I would later start to become, I noticed that Spider-Man and / Peter Parker's story resonated with me a lot more on a personal level. Though, except I'm not very academically gifted, it's just, I really liked and took note that he would always put his best foot forward, regardless of whatever trials, tribulations, or anything that he was going through. And I know you can kind of stick that to any superhero that's created either under the brand of Marvel or DC or whoever. I'm sure you could, but to me, it just resonated with me. And the fact that, at least in the story-wise, he was someone around my age, or at least, a lot of his stories are either young adult or, mid to late teens. So it's nice to see someone that is like you being able to be represented in a positive light. And especially growing up as well, I was born around the 2000s, so, that was when the height of the, Raimi Spider-Man movies were, and the character was given a lot of grace and was given a lot of, granted Spider-Man was still silly and campy and for kids, but at least with Sam Raimi, he, gave it a sense of seriousness because he wanted to do the character justice. And me even being so young, I thought that was really cool, and it made me become a fan, or another part of it. And so now as I get older, Spider-Man to me is someone that tries to do their best, or more so puts their best foot forward regardless of the situation you're in. So that's what Spider-Man means to me. And for me, I try and do that with both, I go visit hospitals. I try and do that as well, and give kids that sense of joy, or that sense of, just joy, because it's not every day you get to see your favorite superhero. And especially for me, I never was in a position for that, but whenever I hear stories of people going to visit kids in hospitals or doing those type of charity or just community service work, it always makes me want to do something like that, because that would make me feel good, and I'd want to do that for somebody else. So putting my best foot forward and just trying to be kind, even though sometimes the world isn't the best, but at least you can do your part in the small part of the world you reside in. So hope that makes sense, and I hope you guys enjoy. Bye.
So I was asked what the Spider-Man community means to me. And the Spider-Man community means a lot to me, actually, because it's a way for me to connect with people who have similar interests to me, such as Spider-Man, for one, as you can see, and cosplaying in general, even. It's just like a safe haven for me to express my joy and love for the character Spider-Man, and also to maybe get some tips on cosplaying stuff, It's really nice, is what I'm trying to say. But it comes with its downsides, but we're not going to get into that. So, I do love the Spider-Man community, even with all of its ups and downs and turnarounds and whatnot. But, you can't have the good without the bad, and you can't have the bad without the good. So, it's genuinely a nice place, and I do recommend it if you are a Spider-Man cosplayer. So, drink Pepsi.